Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's been a while since we've done this.
Oh, great.
Hello to the players. Hello.
Hello.
It sounds like the stream is working too. So if someone's in the stream and wants to call it out, feel free. Tracking everything is working as it should.
It's working, yeah.
So
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
had to rebuild all of my stream setup stuff because I decided to move my streaming PC stuff over, and then last week went to crap. So couldn't stream last week, but now we're here and everything is working. Yay!
He
Bless
says.
you, Ghost. Bless you, Ghost.
Thank you.
I know. Yes, we'll see how much that remains true. Thankfully, the CPU is not on fire like it was when I was testing it before. It's only at 68%, which is fine. Yeah. So it's been a little bit since we've done this. Doing a little bit of a recap. Last that we saw the party was in Elks Point. The party had made their way into the depths of some underground tunnels underneath Elks Point to go find Xylith after he was chased into this Mercantile Guild underground area under Elks Point. They managed to successfully get to Xylith, not before being completely ambushed by the Merc Guild's leadership. They were questioned. They exchanged some details, found out that there was a commonality between one of the party members and the guild leader, whose name was Sariel Stormborn, making the connection to storm weather with Nimfus and the House of Storms. So through that, the party was kind of allowed to live, we'll say, not really put out to put out in the middle of the dark.
My auntie.
Yeah, pretty much. They were given a night to stay since it was late that night, and then Nimfus was called in the morning to have a discussion with Sariel. The rest of the party left, and we saw Belto and Julian head up north to Elk's Head, which was where they were going to meet Sharis, and managed to catch Sharis on his way out of the inn. They were able to get some details, but because of the events that transpired the night before with Rilwick and using his rabbit's foot, Sharis was unfortunately not as forthcoming with as many details as he could have been, but Belto was able to get a little bit of a sense of what Sharis was kind of researching and investigating in the area. With that, they went back down through Elk's Point to the cart, which Xylith and Wilrick went to go make sure that the cart was still there, that Gerald was still there, and it looked like someone had actually taken care of Gerald while they were in Elk's Point. Not sure if it was the Mercantile Guild, not sure if it was a passerby, don't know who it was, but at this point, everyone has gotten back to the cart. The four of you have been waiting for Nimfus, which Nimfus you see walking out of Elks Point in your direction, and that's where we will pick up today's session. So, as I said, Nimfus, you just were given direction to go back through the way you came through Elks Point. That's what the Tabaxi told you where the rest of your companions were. You're making your way through the city. Exactly. You get down the road a little bit. It takes about 15 or 30 minutes while you're walking out of the city before you come across the cart and the rest of the party.
Do they see me? I'm going to sneak into the carriage.
Okay.
Jesus, okay.
Stealth.
That'll be our passive perceptions in this case.
Yes.
Dang it.
I will say whoever would be
I
one of you can like be a lookout there just looking for Nimfus, and I'll let you roll perception.
Don't even worry about it. That is not even
it could be
roll.
Well, I can roll with advantage because I've got smell on Nimfus. So I assume
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Don't even have to waste it, man.
I was gonna say before.
Could be
Jack.
low.
Oh!
Like I said,
Wow!
it could be low.
Wow!
So okay, Nimfus, how are you trying to sneak into the carriage?
Oh my god.
I see them all over there talking about the horse and everything, and I'll just be like, just slowly creeps in.
Are you turning into a snake to slither in?
No. I'm like doing the whole creepy,
Wait, when are we gonna
like, the whole stepping slowly.
Oh, like the cartoon.
Yeah. You can't see me.
Like Dick Dastardly, like.
And
Okay.
and I'll try to slide into the cart and everything.
Thank you, Bobby. All right. What's the who's where in relationship to the cart aside from Nimfus?
I was outside the cart, so I definitely was not inside.
I think I was at the top, like at the steering seat.
I was just out of it because I was asked a question because I was lying down in it. So, good thing you did sneak on top of me.
And then
I'll
Belta,
just be
where?
off to the side of it.
Okay. Wilwick, roll a perception check.
A comfort. Roll a comfort check.
Comfort check.
How comfy are you?
Okay. You are startled by something.
Oh God!
So you feel a little bit of a movement and a rustling of something. You do see Nimfus.
Oh hey!
I just Nip is just like, and then I start writing furiously inside my book, like all the stuff that I just went down. Just go straight up in note taking.
Lean up, head out the car, like, Nimfus is here.
Oh, he is.
Wait, what?
Look down the path.
Yeah.
How do you?
You just turn around, just like.
I can just imagine your head literally coming out horizontal, and you're saying, "Hey, Nimfus is here, by the way."
Writing notes.
There's no cover to the car. Anyway, so
Here's the cart, and Nimfus just like, "Hey there."
Hello.
Rolik's just like, "Eh."
Oh hey!
Here's Wilwick.
How did you get in there?
I was here the entire time. Writes notes.
Were you?
Roll deception.
Deception. Come on, high roll. Oh, darn it. Okay, I see how D&D Beyond today is going to be.
I was gonna say I would just.
You got the
Oh, I know how
sneak.
you feel.
You got the sneak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Barely.
you just get to sneak.
You all know he hasn't been there the whole time, but you're still a little surprised that he managed to get, I guess, sneak by you.
Mm.
You're a sneaky snake.
What were you doing? Sneaking. All right. Well, Nimfus is back. So what do you want to do?
Nimfus, why did you just sneak up on us?
It was a test and you guys failed.
Hey, I noticed you were here.
2 stars for you. Yes!
This was a cheese.
Reward is
There's
cheese.
been a lot of heavy thoughts on mind as of late, so I guess I'm still out of it. Didn't exactly rest the best last night.
No. Well, now you're back. Do you want to fill us in on your conversation with Sariel?
Perhaps we should get moving as we do this.
Anytime. Yeah, we should later. It's not safe.
Apparently we're not safe apparently. But you keep sneaking up on us.
Don't make it so easy.
I'm a sneaky snake.
I'm gonna shake the little things. Come on, Gerald, let's go.
I will walk outside of the cart and try to like keep an eye out just to see if anyone attempts to be following us.
Okay, roll a perception, please.
Okay. Ha! Well, it's a 9.
9. As far as you can see, no one's
That means
following you
no.
outside the city. It's
That
it's broad daylight and no one seems to be following you.
What time of day is it?
Broad daylight.
It's about midday.
Midday. Did we rest properly?
No, we have not.
I'm so
Our
incredibly
long rest we
tired.
did get last night counted as essentially a short rest mechanically.
Oh.
Yeah, basically a few people got long rests, but some people weren't fully done. So I'm exhausted level 1. I'm not rested.
So
Yeah.
we're trying to get some distance before we properly rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whose phone is ringing?
I gotta check real quick to see if it was mine, but I think that was just dust making a noise.
I mean, I was doing the.
Yeah.
Is that what you thought that the phone was?
Yeah, I was just.
Yeah.
Gosh, I have talents I didn't even know it.
I think we just continue out of Oaks Point. We don't want to be anywhere near this place any more longer than we need to be now.
Yeah.
But we've got what we need here.
All right, I just realized that my check would have been at disadvantage. So just for the laugh.
Lol.
Okay. I was hoping it would be worse.
Nothing changed. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
All right. You all start making your way out of Elks Point. How long do you guys want to go?
I think a good hour is about right, don't you think, guys?
Yeah.
Until the evening.
Wait, which way are we going?
We're getting back towards the junction, aren't we?
In
That
direction,
is the
yes.
side of Elks Point that you were on and where you're heading.
Okay.
Yeah. So how long is it to the junction? So I would say like halfway between the junction and Elks
It's about a
Point.
day and a
May we
half.
see the map, good sir?
Yes, you may.
Yeah, I would say like somewhere that's far enough out of the city that there's no like people around.
Yeah.
I would say roughly before we get to the river. I would say probably about there. Near the river would be a good place to stop.
Okay.
We can always take the river if we need
So
to.
we're backtracking, and we're going to go.
Oh, yes, Ordron Trail.
In which direction are we intending to go to afterwards?
Well, that is the thing, isn't
That'd
it?
be part of
That
the
is the
Yeah, that's
question.
part of the discussion. We're not exactly sure. I mean, we're not heading towards Radicule. I mean, there's no point there. We're probably going to be heading back towards Elfrost one way or another, but we can always go past Elfrost if we need to. But and like I said, we can always take the river if we want as well. Like that can take us back to Radicule if we really want to as well, or we can take us past Elfrost, maybe to Cape Boulder. But, you know, it depends. We don't really know what we're doing. Like we've kind of hit a standstill. We need to find out what we're doing, what we learned from Sariel, what we've learned from Charmeleon, and
Sariel and Charis.
yes, Sariel and Charmeleon.
Soriel. Soriel and Charmander.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, we need to find out.
Anyways,
Yes.
You're
Fast
fast
forwarding to
forwarding an
making
hour, or
camp.
you're fast forwarding a day?
Well, half a day. You said it was a day to the junction. Half a day is about.
It's about a
there.
day and a half, depending on like how fast you're going, or if you.
might as well do the full day's travel.
But let's just set up camp by the river. Then we've got.
Okay.
There's no rush to do anything
You
at
would
the
get
So full day once it starts getting dark.
if you
try to
do
find
if you
spot
do a
to
full
camp.
day's
Yeah.
worth, you'll be at the river.
moment. Okay,
Um,
fair enough. Yeah,
You're like going into the
we-
night to get to the river, but
we would prefer to like set up camp before it gets too dark so we can scout the
Okay.
area.
because it's midday, you're only getting maybe a half to 3/4 of what you would get in
Sure.
daylight.
That's also
Okay.
fine.
So you travel until dusk. I'm assuming Xylith, you're at the helm. I would like you and Belter, are you walking outside the entire time, or are you just walking? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so you guys are going at a slower pace. So you'll be back a little bit. I need both of you to roll. Give me 2 perception rolls each.
I will be at disadvantage.
I am outside too as
Two.
well.
Then you may roll as well.
Okay, thank you. I was just checking. Is this rolling with advantage or just two normal ones?
Normal.
Okay, I'll just roll this then, and that'll be done. Okay, so
14 and 12.
I rolled with a
14 and
disadvantage.
13.
13.
Belto and Julian, I need you to roll the second one.
I right-clicked on Beyond. If you hover over the number, my 2 rolls were a 19 or a 10, and it gave me the 10 for the 13.
Those
no,
are
I
my
needed
rolls,
two
the
separate
7 and
rolls.
14. Are you,
Okay.
Not
you
advantage,
definitely want 2
disadvantage.
separate rolls? Okay, sure.
Just 2 separate.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I have disadvantage from the exhaustion anyways.
Okay, 14 and 19 then.
Okay. South is 14 and 12. Belto is
Second one's a
6 and 13.
13
Okay.
and then 6.
So you all are going down the pathway. There's not a lot of traffic, but you, Julian, you notice just there's one caravan going into Elks Point that could be related to the group of people that you were just with.
What, the mercenaries? I would probably signal to Nimfus at this point, saying that that I recognize them. Okay.
Nimfus, I think these guys are part of the mercenaries. Given that you have the best standing with these guys, why don't we see if we can, see if they can help us, give us any info.
Or let's not.
Okay, sure.
In which case, that's done.
Okay, you guys just continue on through then.
If that's the case, yeah.
All right. You all stop shortly after dusk, make camp. You find a good spot that's
Preferably a decent ways off the road.
okay. There's a few kind of nooks that you explore for maybe a good 20-30 minutes. You find one that's has a decent clearing behind the woods and it's off the path.
Over this way.
Let's go, Gerald.
All right. You tie up Gerald. You kind of look around. There's a little bit of place to set up a little campfire if you kind of clear out some of the brush a little bit, dig a little pit. And you all have rations. Is anyone going to go forage for stuff or just you all working on off of rations for tonight or today?
Let's see.
I'll work off a ration. So.
I'm happy. I want to do ration personally.
Okay.
I think we don't want to move too far out in the open away from and split up the group. I think we just want to stay together. We're still unsure.
Okay.
The chat's more important.
Yeah, I'll do a ration as well.
So let's get a ration done.
All right, you all set up for the night, and it is favorable conditions. A little partly cloudy. No rain expected, as far as you can tell. You all are set up. You're, I guess most of you are around the campfire. I'm assuming. What? Where are you all after you?
Presumably.
Oh, well, I'm definitely around the campfire. I want to get warm. I need some warmth.
I'll find a log and just sit around the campfire as well.
Nimfus will come by the campfire and open up the book of fire and what was it called?
Fire of the Gods.
Fire of the Gods, yeah.
Okay.
The Book of Ice and Fire.
And then he'll go. And he'll find a chapter that talks about the weird creature thing and the war. And then as everyone's gathered around, he'll start reading it out loud so everyone hears. And then he goes,
Story time.
Yep, it'll be like a little story time thing. And then he goes, and this creature was defeated in Skull Sands by my very own mother. And pretty much there's pretty much weird things going on lately, like wars or attacks around the area that is seeming to be connected, maybe. So they just wanted to know how much we knew and if we were connected with any of that, and if anything, tried to get some information. I have questions for my own mother now, and I need to send a letter, and I'll pull out a letter that I had been writing inside the cart during the time we've been, to see if I can request an audience with her when she has some time or something.
What did you tell them?
Well, I don't know much, if anything, since the time I met you guys. It's been simple things of going to different towns all the way up till here. Nothing crazy has happened worthy of telling her.
And then she just let you go.
Well, yeah. If I have no information, well, why would she hold me?
I mean, you were gone a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does Julian detect that Nimfus is hiding something?
Roll perception, Julian, and then Geo roll persuasion.
It would be insight
Oh,
usually.
sorry,
versus...
insight. You're right. And then
Sorry.
Wait.
Just for clarity.
Oh, sorry, insight. Sorry, let me roll that.
then
Thank you.
Geo roll deception or
Oh.
persuasion. Then
And there is a way to whisper to the DM if you want to.
I don't
keep
know if
that
there's a
stuff
way to
secret,
do it
but
on
you guys-
like with.
when you right click on
Yeah,
Beyond, it says to everyone self or dungeon
Really?
master. So it might send it to
It's
just
there.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
like when you're hovering over the numbers. That's how I was doing the advantage disadvantage.
That's cool.
You can right click and then it says, "Oh hey, send to," and then whether it's rolling with advantage or disadvantage.
Oh.
Oh, well, it's there.
Oh.
Okay. As far as you can tell, Julian, he's being straight with you. He's not trying to hide anything. He's trying to be.
All right. With insight 20. Okay, fair enough then. Cool. Okay, well, Julian just stares at Nimfus and just goes,
I don't get it. Like, she wanted to talk to you. You told her nothing, and
Well,
that was it.
there's a lot more to it. I'm not going to lie about, but I need to ask my mother first before being able to connect the right dots and make a better sense of that. So far, I have to just got to find this out. Like, you have to know if we're connected to this rad shard or not.
But don't you think we should know? I mean, kind of important for us. I mean, you guys have convinced me that we need to stop looking out for each other. I've been straight with you, all of you, and if there's anything we need to know, surely
Mm-hmm.
we should know.
But
Some people, though, still have their secrets, and maybe the time is not right for a couple. But as long as they are not ones that would jeopardize us, I am going to be more open. I don't know if I will say everything about my past with you all, but I hope I will. But see how everything goes in a few minutes.
And yeah, so I just got to see if there's a connection between an artifact and what we're currently looking for. And for now, that's all I have. And
That is still more insight than before. Thank you.
and I'm finding.
And what about you?
I'm presuming he's referring to me.
Yeah.
Well, when I started my journey, as I've briefly mentioned with a few of y'all before, I lost a good number of my previous companions in my very first mission. I was supposed to keep people from dying, but we got ambushed by these bear-like creatures from the Underdark in the mines. And I protected myself with one of my very few spells, as I had just started out, but 2 of my companions passed. And everyone says it wasn't my fault, but if I didn't heal myself, I could have potentially saved them. So, whether or not it was my fault, I still didn't do something about it. I have my regrets.
I'm gonna put my hand on Belto's shoulder, just like pat pat.
He initially gives a slight flinch, but then relaxes a little bit and accepts it with a slight nod. The night afterwards, I couldn't even manage to attend their own funerals. And him essentially saying funerals, he's flashing back a little bit to the party burying Melog, and it's like, but instead I made the foolish decision to return to the entrance of the mines, and I passed out and received a vision that I have never gotten a vision from Torm, who I am a cleric of. But this vision was of 2 other entities. They felt holy in nature. I didn't feel like I was being manipulated or tricked or anything, and I was skeptical. But I was suggested to essentially, that's what started my journey towards the lot of you after I got a little bit of insight from a couple of the companions and made my journey towards Elfrost.
So who betrayed you? I mean, you said you...
I was not betrayed.
I mean, you said 2 of your crew died. I mean, did someone betray you? Like, how did you let it happen?
I did not heal them when they went down from the monsters that attacked us. I healed myself. I betrayed them. If you really think there's a betrayal there.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a betrayal, but I don't know why they're telling you, whoever's telling you, it's not your fault. You were the leader and you let them down.
I wasn't the leader. It was my first mission. I was just brought along. My first time out in the field, as it were. And then my second mission was one of what I think is divine purpose, being sent towards Elfrost, searching for the Lenithir of Loren. And that's how I met Alenia.
Nimfus speaks up a little bit because back then when we were fighting all those guys, you froze up with us, right? So did we do something bad in your eyes?
Above game, sorry. Which fight? the one
The list of
inside
bodies.
the
Yeah, all the bodies that we
inside
that's when
the
we
beast
froze
den.
up.
I let 2 people die that night. The fact is that we were killing others just to get to our friend. In the back of my mind, I was worried that they would do the same to Xylith as retribution for the elimination of their companions. We killed theirs, what's to stop them from killing ours? We got blessed, lucky, whatever you call it. The fact that we are all here right now. I don't understand how it happened. I am thankful that it happened. But divine favor or luck can only help so much.
Nimfus will say, he looks up, he looks down, and then he'll look up at you and he's like, faded. Somehow. All of us together here.
Mm-hmm.
It is a apt choice of words, considering before we left Elfrost, Ilenia asked me directly on her own if I still felt my fate was intertwined with you lot, especially given all the complications that occurred inside of Elfrost. I wasn't sure at the time, but considering the nature of which I met you all, and this and what started my journey that caused me to meet you in the first place. I think there's something pulling the strings. I hope it's of something good. It felt that way, at least in my vision, but I have not received any other visions since. So, naturally, I am developing some doubts, but I believe it's more so out of my own fears and concerns of both survival and being able to do right in this world.
Velto says strings. Nimfus's face goes back between his books a little bit. Just goes. It's like he lifts it up to go back to reading.
But another issue we have at the moment, before we figure out where we're going next, and he's gonna pull out one of the scrolls he got from Nazare and set it on the ground next to him. What are we going to update Nazare with regarding what transpired in Elk Point? We don't have to figure that out right now, but that's something that's been on my mind during this walk.
Did we ever meet up with the person we were supposed to meet up in that one room?
Yes, yeah, we did.
Hotel?
We did, yeah.
While you were occupied, I managed to encounter with Charis.
Oh, what happened?
Well, beyond me owing Julian at least 10 gold. And he will crack a small grin at that. Charis also believed it similarly to be a bit of a wild goose chase, a fool's errand and whatnot, but the orc companion that was with him, there are increasing attacks, and it seems to be centered around word of the Rad Shard existing, permeating further and further. I theorize.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. There were some orc attacks. They're connected somehow.
There's something about the orc tribes.
Do we trust Nazare?
Not fully. As I mentioned in the previous meeting that we had to sit down on the way to Elk Point, he's not believing in some of Elfrost's traditions as well as the Starama, I believe I mentioned. That is an elder who got a lot of wisdom and insight and visions.
Then I say
He doesn't.
we tell Nazare as little as we can.
Will Nazare know if we lie to him? Or if we don't say the whole
No, don't lie to him. Don't lie to him.
Not lie, but...
Just don't tell him important things. Say that we met with Char and
Charis.
that Charis. We'll get there eventually.
Charmander. Got it.
Say that we met with Charis and, say that more or less leave it at that. Things went okay. He doesn't need to know about our exploits with the mercenaries.
That was the biggest contention I was going to have. I'm thinking, be honest in relaying what Charis told us regarding very limited information, but it seems that the orc attacks are correlated in some manner that is not yet understood.
Yeah, I think we leave it at that. Because in reality, that's what he would expect us to have found out. Nothing more.
I second that.
Then I can perhaps add to it saying that we will endeavor to venture around, see if we can encounter any more of those orcs, and maybe try to learn some information directly. That way we can be showing proactivity to work on allying the group with the council's best interests.
Ulrich, what do you think?
If you say cheese, I'm going to hurt you.
Well, I have to rethink my answer. 1 second. Well, with being cryptic is probably the best answer when revealing what we've done here. obviously,
Nimfus is taking notes.
unfortunately, throughout my own doing, we weren't privy to much information from the person you talked to.
Cheers.
But saying anything further that we don't need to is something which we should keep to ourselves until we know what's happening fully.
Or until we at least get back to Elfrost and they perhaps check
Probe
the
our
minds
minds.
of
Yeah,
the group
probe
again.
our minds. Yeah, don't forget that.
That's my concern and why I don't want to send
Probe.
you lies.
Probing your mind?
Are,
Yeah.
are we
According
going
to
back
a member of the party.
I don't.
I
I don't want.
I know I was delusional when entering there, but my mom was never probed really into it.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah.
Are you on about above game? Sorry, are you on about the?
Yeah. So when we went to Elfos, you were done. So basically, a bunch of us had our minds probed, but
Yeah.
both myself and Xylith basically couldn't resist it, and basically they got in.
And he called it out during the council meeting.
Yeah. So I didn't know what you were.
No.
It's been a while.
No. That's our point. When we were in the cages, we all of us had our minds probed, as Xylith and I kind of failed the.
I thought it was that bit. For some.
That's why I tried to jump over the balcony.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
That was something else later.
Wait. I
That
thought
was-
that
that
was
was it?
different things. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that was you getting like taken in by the whatever the people.
Oh, the Fey World. Yes.
Feyworld,
Okay.
yeah.
Fey World.
I do remember the mind probe as well. Okay.
After asking you, Ulrich, the question of what you think, and you're hearing your reply, I'll look up at you and be like, "Very smart of you to say such things."
Very wise.
Perhaps you'd like to share with Nimfus, considering you shared with the rest of us when we questioned you about it, what you did that caused us to not get the full
I saw,
information.
right. And then I pull out the rabbit's foot.
Is this the first time most of us are seeing this?
I've shown.
He did it for last week. Or
Session.
last session, sorry.
That's
Well, we have.
as I've shown everyone here. I've got this trinket.
Is that from Melog?
Unfortunately, no.
Unfortunately, no.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, apparently you didn't cut off our foot. That's good to
Well,
know.
no, it isn't from Melog. That
Who's it
is
from?
the bunny which we ventured out with, right? I can't.
Yeah, but Melon.
Yeah.
Melon.
No.
Yeah.
The one who
Saying
died.
that
Yes,
in-
the other one who died.
The one that killed you, and then you killed her back.
I'm gonna like scuttle up to Wilrick and
Point it
like
clear.
examine the. rabbit's
Wilrick
foot.
still has a bad memory, guys. he doesn't remember Melog. That's what I'm trying to say.
This is
Point of clarity on that. Did you actually in character say unfortunately, or did you say that as a joke for
I said that above character, my bad.
Okay.
okay. But
That's what I
different.
wanted clarification on, because that's going to dictate how people respond, dude.
but also I want to know, like, when Xylith was saying about did you get that from Melog, like, was that a real question?
Yes.
And you just said no, you didn't get it from Melog. In which case, my question still stands.
Who did you get it from then?
I don't know, but as I was saying, the reason why the interaction didn't go as well is I have this trinket that allows me to erase someone's memory for a short period of time, and there was questions going around that is it the cause of why I can't remember my own origin? I don't know. Hopefully it ain't, but
Back away slowly from the thing.
My theory, at least.
with my experience,
You have a memory forgetting item, and you forget your memory all the time. As far as I could guess,
So,
maybe there's
with
something there.
using this,
why do we still have it?
well, it's become beneficial. Thing is,
How?
with the uses I've used it, it doesn't seem likely that it's caused any of it for any of my memory loss. It only happens for a short period of time. I can't even use it in a collective term. I can't use it on all of you at once. I can't even erase a day, let alone an hour of someone's memory.
Nimfus will step back a little bit. He'll be like, but have you used that on any of us at all?
Honestly, no. Obviously, my word means nothing, but we truly don't know each other. I not use it on any of you in our party. I've used it.
How much do we trust that?
I say.
Have you? Or we roll insights, I guess.
I would like to roll insight.
I would love to roll
speculations, but
yeah, I would love to roll insight on this one.
My insight is to look at everybody though here.
Okay.
Now it's told information, and I have to like.
Wow.
So should I roll one big?
One insight.
I'd assume one. Yeah, especially like, I haven't used this memory altering thing on any of you. That's gonna make pretty much anyone be like.
I mean, just like how would we know? We wouldn't know.
Exactly. And understandably, people will be paranoid and like.
So everyone except for Xylith trusts Wilric's word. Xylith, you do not.
No.
Okay.
I mean, look. Look. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not sure I feel comfortable with this trinket around.
We all have items of magical natures with us. This I have for a reason, and I'm trying to find out why I have it. It might be connected to some part of my origin. It's like saying, get rid of your family emblem or get rid of your books, and I turn to. Oh God, it has been a while. What's the name? What's the name?
Of what? Sorry.
Yeah, Gio. What's your character's name again? Sorry.
Julian.
Nimfus.
It's Nimfus. My bad. I was there like, what? What's going on? My head went full blank. My bad.
You're good.
Sorry. It's like getting rid of your books, Nimfus, or your shield.
I hold my books this way.
At this point, Julian kind of like stares directly at Wilric and says,
I did get rid of my personal armor.
That was your
of your own
choice.
fruition. This might connect to my origin, and I've used it twice before on a kid, and
Wilric.
well,
this is not making your case any better here.
loose when I was with Radzeus. That a kid's parents died tragically from an attack in the village, so that was my bad.
The one I buried.
Not the kid, no, you didn't
No, the adult, the family.
Probably, I can't remember.
I remember that.
Oh, I can't, so...
But this is what I don't get. You said it barely does an hour. So all the kid's gonna remember is that his parents didn't die, but he still thinks he has parents and is now gonna be searching them.
Within an hour, he'll just forget that I said anything, so I'm not liable for anything. So... As long as he doesn't remember I saying it, I'm not a victim. I'm not a cause of his.
What the fuck is this, Judge Judy?
Judge who?
Okay.
Judy Hobbs, like rabbit I met one time.
Oh my gosh.
Wilric. I don't trust you with that thing. So. I think that you should keep it visible on you at all times so we can see how you will use it.
Wait, I don't think he needs to keep it visible as long as it's not visible and he's not using it on us.
How do you know?
I can only affect one person at a time with it. And in all these situations I have not been with it. For you,
that claim does check out because Jarrus lost his memory, but his companion next to him did not. So it does seem to be single affection.
And if we're all together, we can all vouch for one another's memories and stuff.
I'll be honest, what concerns me about this artifact is not necessarily what it does or even who has it. It's where it came from.
And
I don't know about you, but I've never heard of an object being able to do that.
But you also don't know people who, like me, can do things the way I do.
I've heard of people.
And the
like
rumors
that.
of the rad shard is how it is essentially going to grant this power or wishes to the wielder. In a world as magical as this, anything could exist, I would presume, especially if such legends were to be true about the rad shard itself.
There are many things in this world
All right.
that modify memory.
We're all on edge at the moment from all that we just witnessed.
Wilrick,
I can trust you guys.
why did you wait so long to tell us?
No one asked. Why?
Do we have to ask about everything that you have?
Well, let's put in this situation. We came together in a weird situation. We not told each other anything about one another. The only time we learned about our own origins with one another is within our meeting in Alfrost. I don't remember any of you coming up to tell me personal things about you.
Nimfus' face is going to light up. Wait. Are we going to have like a show and tell now? Or
If you want to truly trust one another, we should know.
I
fully.
just think with something that is that powerful, you should share that with the group. Regards to an item.
Am I meant to share everything? Like, what about everyone else? And then Nimfus, what about your ring? You kept that quiet for a little bit, didn't you? But I'm not magic, and yet I'm getting screwed up.
Nimfus is like about to show off his cloak. He was about to show off the cloak, and you guys pull up the ring, and it's like, ooh. He stops in place. Oh, that's what you use. Okay. Takes the cloak off a little bit.
Listen, I'm not here to judge anyone of what they have or who they are. We're all strangers to one another, and I think we should know a bit more of one another before we venture off forward. How can we trust anyone if we don't know each other?
Alright, so let's share with one another then. I'll start, since you guys are wondering about my ring, since Ulrich has already shared his necklace. I have 2 very special items given to me through my family. This ring is one of them, and he'll take off his ring and show it to you guys, and it's connected to me through my magic and along with other things. And he'll lift up, you'll see golden bracelets on his arm as well that are there that they don't really look like anything particular, but it's like these bracelets were locked on me since I was a baby, and they seem to have grown with me as I go. And I don't know how to take them off or anything as well. But for the ring, I'm able to, and you'll see like I'll summon Nyx to come over next to to hold the ring in place for me in its beak, and then I'll be like, I'll stand next to Nyx and I'll zoom into the ring real quick, and you see like in a way that it's just like you see a cloud of smoke just swirl around me, and I'll just disappear into the ring, and then I'll come back out real quick with some books and everything, and I'm like, this is where I keep all of my personal items, and like I live in, it's like a living room inside this spatial area, and it's my portable home almost, like, but I can only do it for so many.
Fascinating.
One day I will be able to be strong enough to bring people with me, but at this
Cool.
moment I'm still learning.
I've never.
What about my
seen
cloak?
that
You guys want
before.
to see my cloak? You want to see my like the cloak? It stops people from like being able to hit me, and you'll see like 3 of me pop in place and move around, and I'm just like doing a little hand, and that's me. Next.
Very well.
And, 1 second. What about what you are?
That's why I'm on this journey to find out.
being you are.
That's why I'm on this journey to find out.
You don't know what you are, Nimfus?
I think it resembles something with my father. And he's gone. And my mom won't say anything about it. And even through other means of looking back, I could not pick anything out. And I'll look. There's only this small picture, and I show like a little image that kind of looked like I've been carrying with me the entire time. It's one of my books. Like this is all I have. Apparently, these bracelets were his as well, and that's all I have. And I'm trying to figure out what I am. I have Stormweather's blood, but I'm also part something else. Does that bother you guys?
No, I just
No.
find it intriguing that you don't know half of yourself.
Yeah. But it's a mystery, and everyone likes a good story, and so I'm writing and taking along our story with us as we go, and it's going to be a great adventure that we're on. We're going to figure out everything.
I just hope it can be a pleasant ending. You get the information.
Yes, I think so.
True. Or maybe I'll die a tragic death, and everyone's going to remember me about it.
Long stare.
But either or.
Especially considering what he just shared.
Yeah, but either or. You know,
Yeah.
It's a story, and stories will live on forever. You know, bards like to sing about us all the time, right?
Too bad our two bards are dead.
There were two.
Right at the beginning in Radical, yeah, I think.
No,
not
one
in Radical,
died,
in,
one just died.
in Valpor, yeah, one left and one died.
One died.
Oh, okay.
Man, maybe I should pick up music.
Fuck no!
Multi-classing.
Multi-class. Anyway. Join my dark side. All this talk about finding one's family, I never put much thought into it myself. I'm the only type of dragonborn that I have ever witnessed. Granted, I grew up in the mountains, and one of my companions that survived is a blue dragonborn, but while I've got elements of blue, considering what you saw me do in the tunnels, I don't breathe lightning like he can. I don't know my past. I was raised as a child up in the mountains, and I was raised around a couple species, dwarves, an elf, some dragonborn. But similar to you, Xylith, it's why I mentioned that there's a bit of a kinship with you in some sense. Is I like you, but even less so. I don't have a natural family.
At least your family didn't abandon you, Belto.
Did or not. I was but a child, but raised. By the earliest my memories go, I was already with this new group. I don't have any known mother or father.
You don't have any memory of them?
None. So I might have been abandoned in an earlier stage than you were. I could have been just spawned into existence. I don't know.
Dusty.
Poof.
Presumably I would have family, but considering my uniqueness and no one else I've ever come across with has the psionic powers. Others have been able to use magic to communicate their thoughts, but who have I not whispered yet?
I think I was the last. I think everyone now.
Yeah, I
don't
think you were the
you've
last.
done it with Xylith
Oh.
yet. I think you've done it with everyone else.
Whispered.
Yeah, so basically when Belto basically
Telepathically.
telekinetically
I don't
whispers
know whether
you.
or not.
And I explained that to you. So
Yeah,
you speak up
he
that you
said
have.
weird words, things in my head before.
So maybe Xylith and
So looking over to you, Xylith and Wilrick, one at a time. I'll look to Xylith first and be like, beyond and without my lips moving, you hear my voice in your head. I can project my thoughts as mere sentences to other people, but I cannot hear anything back. And I will then turn to Wilrick and say the exact same line.
Whoa!
Wait, did he?
What did you say?
Wait,
What?
did he do that thing to you?
Did you just say something?
I'll just glance over to you,
Also-
Julian, and just with a little smile, and then you just hear yes in your head.
And
You
I
did that
started
mic
putting my
thing again.
finger in my ear,
Good
like, oh,
God.
get out!
It's fine.
I cannot hear anything back. It is merely a one-way communication. I can only do it with those I can see close by.
Hmm.
How do you do that?
I don't know. It's a latent ability I've had. It's just something I guess I was born with.
it's Maybelline.
Does he?
Warming up those dad jokes.
New spell, Maybelline.
Beyond that and the powers I was gifted on my way to meet you all,
So you don't have any other special items or anything that's out of the norm like we do? No.
items, no. I merely have my holy symbol for Torm, but in terms of magical things, like Julian, you saw me using a spell on the way back to keep the food warm. You guys have seen me use prestidigitation to keep myself clean. Clerics and those of holy magic aren't normally able to perform such actions.
Ah. Okay, Julian, Xylith. What about you guys?
Julian
Wait.
stares directly at Xylith.
I bump it up.
Ex-
Why?
ex-
Why can you do it?
Expectantly.
What is
And
that,
he's bringing it
Julian?
back to
Would you
me?
like me to go first? Is that it?
I just stare at Doctor.
Yes.
Well, as
I will answer
Belto
shortly.
was talking about his family, I say at least, maybe he thinks he's been abandoned, but I myself was actually abandoned by my family. All I remember of them is I remember my mother, my father, running through what seemed to be like a forest, and my sister as well. They left me by a tree and continued running, and I remember I tried to follow them, but they had vanished, and I never knew why they took her and just left me behind. I don't know what the reason was. I don't know why I couldn't go with them. And that is why, Belto, at least, I know that you don't remember your parents, but remembering them in that way is not great either.
It's not any better.
How old are you, Xylith?
I think Silas is 17 or something. But in like dragon years, that's like I can't remember what the conversion is.
No. In normal years, everyone else is using same as always.
Oh, same
It's
as always.
basically all the same for normal years. It's just Redeborn mature slightly earlier, and then
Yeah,
they only
but
live to be about 80.
Oh wait, I think I have it somewhere.
Yeah, but I've been like, I'm just like the same years that everyone
When
else
the
is using.
incident-
Oh, age 15, but like 15 is like adult, I think.
Okay, that's fine.
The only reason I ask is that when I was fighting, there were a lot of people abandoned. A lot of parents left their children. It was the way it was done.
But Why would they take her and not me? I've grown up all my life thinking that my family hated me because of that. And I had to fend for myself for so long that with us finding the Rad Shard, I want to find that answer.
Choose your right arm or your left arm to cut off.
Never feels good either way.
I know. But could you choose?
It
I don't
depends.
understand such a choice.
That's what it was like. That's what the War of Spectre Woods was like.
War of what? No, seriously, the war of what? What was? I couldn't understand what it was actually said.
The Spectre
The War of Spectre Woods.
it's on the map, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah. It's to the west of Fifth Corps.
Thank you. Notes.
That's what we fought over.
How
Ifkor
long ago?
and Fort McPherson, about 15 years ago. There's something in those woods. We weren't exactly sure what, but there was something in there that was special. And anyone who got in the way, it didn't matter.
Silas is just gonna give like Julian this look like, why? And then he's just gonna be quiet. He's not gonna ask. Never mind, Julian.
We do things in war that maybe we're not proud of, but we have to do.
And then looks directly at Belto while saying this.
We kill people. People die. It's what happens. It is our fault and it's not our fault. We have to let it make us stronger. One way or another.
You talk about it as if it's so black and white.
There's no gray area when you're fighting. Gray areas get you killed.
Or abandoned.
But
Precisely.
alive. But alive.
And the only person that you can trust is yourself.
I was forced into that way.
And the friends you make that are really close to you, always.
Again, the only person you can trust is yourself. You can't trust me. And I can't trust you.
I'm gonna stare directly at Julian. Fair enough, Julian. If that's the way that you see it.
That's what life has taught me. I'm surprised it hasn't taught you the same.
I still choose to believe in people. Although my family might have hated me, I don't see the same cruelty in everybody else.
There's a difference between believing in people and trusting them.
Sometimes they go hand in hand.
And sometimes they don't.
We see the world differently, Julian.
We certainly do.
I believe we all do.
All right, Julian, you're last.
Great. Before he starts, I want to go back to Belter.
By all means.
You said people like you can't don't have the ability to cast prestidigitation, and then I flick my wrist, and then I snuff out the campfire, and then instantly relight it. How come you have this ability as well?
Because after my vision, the two entities blessed me with extra power so that I may be stronger to aid my companions, both present and future. Those were my words, more so than theirs, but I went back to the cave in my woes, and I complained, I prayed that I was not strong enough. I wanted to make sure that what happened in those mines will not happen to those I'm around again. My beliefs are to fight for those who cannot protect themselves, and to help those who have similar goals and fight alongside me. I want to bring peace to as many people as possible, so people don't have to fight unless they need to.
Very virtuous of you. Honorable. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Nimfus?
And as you do the little fire thing, I'm like, well, we all have different abilities too. Like, I got us in trouble earlier,
Yeah.
remember?
However, he openly admitted that his kind doesn't have the ability to do that naturally. I
don't know what my kind is. I can do some things too, and you see me like hover a little bit off the ground, and then come back down, and I don't know how I'm able to do it, but I'm just I can.
But have you been able to do that for a long time, or is that a recent ability?
It's a growing, happening of thing. Yeah, I'm growing, and I learn. Things that I do are not natural. That's why I'm trying to find out what I am.
Because in terms of Wilrit's understandable question of me, the one-way projecting of my thoughts, that I've been able to do since I was a child. These other magical abilities, I started being able to hone it when I became a cleric. But these other ones, after reaching the Lanithir of Lauren and receiving training from Ilenia, was confirmed to be a Warlockian in nature.
I get that. I also tried to study the whole mind thing as well. That's why I can only cause pain in the mind, not really relay a message. And that's as far as I've gone with my studies on it. So I understand a little bit. But anybody want to try it? I can try it. I can show you what I can do. Go forward.
Give it a try.
I will cast my sliver on.
Okay. What's the save on that?
Cast at will. What's the save? Hold on. Okay. Should I just send the thingy?
It'd be easier, yeah. Just send it.
How do I send it?
Just click it.
Click on it, and there should be the Beyond button.
Beyond.
There you
Did I send?
That intelligence.
Oh.
DC 11 intelligence. So intelligence save.
They'll just kind of like.
Yeah, that's
okay.
good enough.
Even if with the save, that's going to be.
Yeah.
So you feel this kind of almost piercing effect trying to get into your mind, but you're able to just kind of shake it off.
And I'm just like, see, that's all as far as I can go.
Even though there was consent,
during the casting of that, Belter would have stood up and he would have been like ready to like use a healing spell, but then Dean Wilrick almost unfazed. It's like, are you all right, Wilrick?
For someone so forgetful, he has such a strong mind.
I'm not keen to have someone entering my head. Yep. It happened once when I was screaming maniacally, I guess. I won't say anyone entered my mind, but that's the only time I felt I wasn't in control.
Until I sit back down.
Back to Sir Julian.
Once again, I'm not a sir.
It's by choice.
I know it's your choice, but that means something that I'm not worthy of. Trust me. You call me Sir Julian, that feels like a title that I have not earned.
Would you accept it as a nickname for me? Though it has no meaning fully?
If you must, but I really would prefer if you didn't. What you have to understand is that I don't trust anyone. It's nothing against you. Nothing against any of you. I used to trust. And the person I trusted, well, let's just say, people died. And now I speak like this as a result. I cannot trust. Part of me wishes I could again. The fact that I'm here means that I care enough about you, but don't mistake my care for trust.
Was this person you decided to prove, but is this words? Is this Silas you
Cyrus, yes.
Was he a close companion?
More than that. He was effectively my brother. I grew up with him in Ifkor. I would have died for him, and I thought he for me. But things change, and that's why I'm here. I want to know what changed.
Was that the main reason when you got rid of your armor as well?
If there is nothing I won't do to find out the answer to that question.
But was that a cause of you getting rid of your armor?
If there's any chance, yes. I'm on the search for someone who can give me answers, whether that is the Red Shard or someone we meet along the way. I need answers. It has been 12 years since the events at Fort McPherson. I will not live another day not knowing, unless I actually actively try and find out the answer.
Fair enough.
Again, Zyth, it's not a case of not trusting you. It is a case of not trusting anyone. Because no one can prove to me that they earn that trust. No one.
I feel a little sorry for you, Julian, because that person who betrayed your trust must have been someone so close to you that you can never trust anyone again.
More than you know.
If you don't trust us even just a little bit, why do you travel with us? Why do you stick with us? I feel like there's something more there that maybe you don't want to admit to yourself just yet.
Just because I don't trust you doesn't mean that I don't want to see you safe.
A mutual respect.
For want of a better
I
word.
think I understand.
Well, you
I'm
may
just
not be-
gonna reach out my hand and, like, just to shake Julian's hand.
You don't need to pity me. I'm old enough now to know the way the world works.
It's not something of pity, it's just... I think I understand you.
That would make you the first.
I don't believe that, Julian.
Well, I tell you what, when you find Cyrus, maybe you can ask him.
It is not for me to ask. And then I'm just gonna withdraw my hand back.
So, can you do anything special? Items?
I can jump really high.
Nimfus is writing it down. That's really high.
Oh, and also apparently, I pay for things.
Pays for things? Question mark.
Is rich.
Superpowers. Batman.
If only he was an artificer, then he could be Iron Man.
Alright.
Iron
Alright,
Wolf.
so, and on that, Nimfus closes his book and goes, so what are we doing tomorrow then? Where shall we go?
Tomorrow we'll send the message to Nazare once we are all certain of what we want to send. And then, as far as we discussed beforehand, unless any other matters would be more prevalent or preferred a detour to throw off anyone who might be keeping an eye on us from a distance over time. Like I mentioned on the travel down to the west of the forest and near the start of the mountains, there was that suggestion from Ilenia to help in that direction.
What, to the west of Elfrost?
Yes, to the west of Elfrost in the mountains. Not up in Elfrost, but like,
Like,
I don't remember
like
the exact
here
location.
area, I'm guessing.
Hmm.
That or down here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Out of game, how far can a familiar go?
Isn't it like 3...
It's 60, isn't it? Oh no, that's 60.
it can,
Control.
You can have
it can,
the familiar can be connected for 100 feet.
you can tell it to
It
go
can
somewhere.
go farther, but you cannot
Right.
do more.
Okay, so can it, like, if I was to, like, send it a letter to go somewhere else, would it be able to make it and
I
come
mean,
back?
yeah,
and
I
then-
guess it probably could, but I guess you wouldn't know or have any control over it the second.
Yeah,
Well, you
I get
would
it.
know if. I think you would know if your familiar died.
Die.
I think so.
I believe so.
Because I know the other thing is you can at least desummon it, resummon it, after a certain period of time
right.
in order to teleport it back to you.
So, Dust, your game, DM, Sir, Magical World, how would you allow a letter being sent if I wanted to use my familiar?
Give me just a second to review this.
While he's doing that, don't worry, guys. In like another 4 levels, unless I respec, I can then just do that magically.
Yay!
I can send a tweet to one person.
You mean... Wait, hang on, we
Tweet.
send an X, surely.
You mean yes?
NX.
Just send an X, man. You gotta send an X out.
So as far as I'm reading this,
Well, hopefully you read it to the end.
I'm guessing it's the Find Familiar you're reading?
Dusty looks conflicted.
well, the weird part says it says casting time is an hour.
That
So I
For Finding Familiar?
yeah,
so
that
I-
won't get you Elfrost.
So I think that
the letter would just be dropped in the middle of the river. On the way.
da, da, da. Cast it up before, choose one for.
It reappears after you cast the spell again, so that like the re-teleport would be the hour. I think.
So you have to spend a concentrated hour to even summon it in the first place.
That's
But
to
it's-
resummon
once
it. I'm
it's-
talking about just to send a letter.
He already has Nits up. He's talking about potentially sending a letter somewhere, waiting a while, and then casting the spell to.
To desummon, yeah.
Effectively using him as a pigeon, effectively, I think, is the idea.
Because it also says, as an action, you can temporarily dismiss the familiar to a pocket dimension.
The Shadow Realm!
As an action, while it is temporarily dismissed, you can cause it to reappear in any unoccupied space within 30 feet of you. That is in that the third paragraph down. After the when the familiar
Reappears
drops its hit
after
points.
you cast the spell. Okay.
And then
So
right after that sentence.
all right. I'm gonna play this as yes. You can send your familiar out.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay, yeah, never mind. The thing afterwards says if it disappears in the pocket dimension, it drops anything it was wearing or carrying.
Right. So
That's after
so
it goes in.
essentially, you would send it out. You would attempt to put it into pocket dimension and it comes back, and if that didn't work, then you knew it died, and then you spend an hour to re-summon. Next
Sure
again.
thing. Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna say as long as it doesn't die in transit.
Can it bring back messages, or can it just take messages? Is the key one.
It did not bring back any items unless it is making the physical track.
Okay, this is the key
Right.
thing. That
Like
so
if Nimfus gave Nyx the command of drop this off, then bring back whatever they give you, Nyx can do that.
Okay, but it have to survive the whole way.
And we would have to stay stationary long enough for it to make the journey to know where we are.
Yes.
Which is a long way. I mean, I think it probably would make sense to just basically pick him up as he go past Elfrost, but you know, like I said, we need to send the message soon. How else would we send the message except by familiar?
Mm.
To where?
Well, to Nazare. Aren't we? That's the whole point. We're sending a message to Nazare.
That's what the scroll is.
Yeah, we're sending a message to Nazare. So in Elfrost.
The scroll will take
Wait a
care of
minute.
it.
Isn't it magical?
Yep.
Okay, so we don't need to. We just do it that way. I mean, we don't need to send a familiar at all. So.
I'm trying to send him a letter. To
Oh
him.
wait! Oh, fair enough. Oh, okay.
I assumed as
Oh,
much.
okay, fine then. Actually, we do this same like that. Okay, yeah.
I'm like, he's not talking about this one.
Yeah.
Oh, then you do you.
Okay. So there's a letter being written to Nazare. There's a letter being written to Nimfus's mother. Nimfus is writing that one. Belta's writing the Nazare letter.
Yep.
While they are writing those letters, is anyone else doing anything?
So,
Letter's already written.
Julian
actually.
is going to make the way towards the carriage because Julian would like a long rest because Julian still hasn't got a long rest and it is still exhaustion. But on the way, we'll whisper.
Before Nimfus and Belta, you send your letters. I need the text of your letters, please.
Yep, and that's why I'm going to do this as a group discussion for what's going to be in the Nazare letter. And then I'm going to write that down, send it to Dust. When I send it to Dust, that's what Nazare gets.
Okay. Is this off camera or I'm guessing, or do we do it now here?
I'm
I
fine
do it
either
off
way.
camera.
Okay. I mean, we more or less said what should be put in the letter, roughly, but yeah.
Yep.
But well, it's just I need to know, like, should I be heading to the cart now, or should I be waiting?
My letter would read simply like, "Hey, I would just like to request a simple time to meet up."
I just need what formally you as Nimfus would write to your mother. I just need that written down.
Yo, bitch!
He
Okay.
needs that for the notes.
Well,
needs the details.
notes and other things.
Yep.
So yeah, Julian is going to head to the cart to try and get a bit of a sleep. But on the way, we'll whisper to Belto, not quietly, but quietly enough, and saying,
When the time comes, you need to be ready to kill.
and then we'll just keep on walking.
Well, are we still camping out, or is this the next
No,
day?
you're still. It's still evening. It's well into the.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's well into dark at this point.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go sit next to
Julian's
Wilrick.
going to go and have a rest and try and get asleep. Get rid of this damn exhaustion.
I'm just gonna say sorry to Wilrick that I was so hard on him before, but it's just I don't like when people hide things. That's all.
For the letter to Nazare, should I mention the mercantillery and our incident?
No. Oh, definitely no. No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Might cause
I
more
feel like
problems.
we need to have the discussion of what's being put in that letter then.
That's why I just said it right now, because I'm working on the writing of it.
Okay, no, definitely not. No, it's literally just what we were sent to do.
I'm going
Just,
to omit that detail.
I would definitely omit the detail. Just put that you met up with
Sharis knows
Sharis.
that we had the run-in.
I mean, we can have
If he manages to get the word back,
but we could say that
aside
we
from-
could say there was a run-in. We said we met Sharis at a later date. We didn't meet Sharis at time, but we just met Sharis later. Just say that we were delayed. We don't have to say exactly what. We're not lying. We're just bending the truth. That's all. We say that we were
Sorry,
delayed.
Frodo. I was delayed.
I just
The
want
Lord
to give,
Saruman is not easily cast asunder.
I want to give Nazare enough that this alliance
There's a sec.
be strong enough, and if he relays any of this, the council can be aware that we are working towards their best interests. But I don't want to give
Yeah.
too much information to specifically Nazare.
We could say that we ran into a quarrel, but we resolved it. But as a result, we missed the initial meeting with Charis, and we had to meet up the next morning. And
What if he already knows about? Because Charis is aware of the mercantillery, and now, and I phrase this with Charis as, for our survival, we are now loosely associated with them.
we are not lying by saying that we had a quarrel and we resolved it. We're just omitting the detail of the mercantillery. We're just saying that there was an incident and the incident was resolved. But as a result of the incident, we just were delayed. We're not lying by saying that. We're just not going into details. I mean, it's still, we're not omitting. We're just basically glossing over what happened.
My fear is if Nazare was to be able to do some digging, or Charis did any further information relayed to him, the whole kerfuffle began because of their interest in getting into Elfrost.
A wizard is never late.
If we are associated with them outside of survival, or if he were to just believe that we would be going back to Elfrost on behalf of the mercantillery for whatever deeds they have, that would lose what favor we're trying to gain.
We could offer ourselves up for probing if necessary, to prove that we weren't doing anything for them.
As if we weren't already going to be. As well as, you think they're not going to just do that the next time regardless?
But the fact that we offered would show that we've got nothing to hide anyway. The fact that we're submitting to it might be enough to show that we're not doing anything.
And if they find this discussion,
I mean, it's still a discussion. I mean, if they're going to do it anyway, we should have had the discussion.
It's in my thing.
Warwick breaks the fourth wall, looks into the camera and like, hey there.
I still think we should keep the mercantility, or at least everything that happened inside, out of of the letter. If we have to...
What about the rest of you three? For that detail.
Oh, I was writing my letter. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
We're basically deciding
Should
whether
I
we should keep
mention-
the mercantility out or not.
We should keep it out.
We
It'll
made
just...
a tentative alliance with the mercantility for our lives. Because then
We will keep them out.
keep it out.
We keep out. Mm.
I'll say keep it out, yeah.
Those guys got eyes and ears everywhere, and I don't want to deal with that.
They have eyes and ears everywhere but Elfrost.
That you think of.
As far as we could tell, considering their desperation to get into Elfrost.
But we aren't going to Elfrost. We're going to the west of Elfrost.
For now.
Well, when the time comes, potentially our decision may change. But for now,
I don't want to go back to Elfrost until we have something that can protect us against
exactly. I think we should just, like I said, not lie, but omit that detail. There's no, they don't. That's not the details that Charis asked for. Not Charis. Nazare asked for. Nazare wanted the details of the meeting with Charis. Yep. We are giving the details of the meeting with Charis. That's what Nazare asked for, and that's all we should give.
I want to give as much to give a good impression for the council.
Okay.
Give a good impression for Nazare. And not have something that'll come back in the end to bite us.
We do need a good impression saying how, and I'll go to Nimfus, how someone calls a ruckus in a certain meeting.
I mean,
Which one?
you can literally go into detail about the fact the bar fight, the fact that our cart caught on fire. Go into the full details of everything that happened, but just leave out all the incidents of what happened inside the mercantility. I would say. I would also leave out.
I'll take the fall for that.
Take the fall for that.
As in, I caused a fight or whatever. I'll take
It
the
was
fall
more
and
my
say-
fault though, wasn't it?
I believe it was Wilwick, but yes.
Like I said, if they investigate any claims or because they're not going to trust the group as a whole. I don't know how much they will trust me over time, especially if I stay with you all. The whole point of doing this is to try to build trust with the council so that you can get the answers and information in terms of seeking out the Rad Shard, as far as I'm aware.
Very true.
I am trying to make sure that they don't have anything that they could use against you. Because I am putting my hope and faith in the way things have been fated so far.
Still, keep the other guys out of it for now.
Okay.
And I will also see. I've already have my letter tied up to Nick's his leg and everything to go. And I'm looking at Nick's and go like, go find Mama. Bring back anything she wants us. If she got cookies or anything. Goodbye.
Roll a intelligence check for Nyx, please.
Do you want me to roll his
Yes.
intelligence, or am I rolling
His intelligence.
his intelligence of 1? Oh, 0 actually.
So just
So
a
I'm just gonna
straight
roll
D20.
D20. Oh
Not
my
decent. I mean, it's
gosh.
not the worst.
That's alright.
It takes him a minute, but you shall share telepathically who your mother is, since he's never met your mother, and where to go. So, takes
And you-
a minute.
I mean, you tell him
And then
how you met your mother. And then
Okay. I mean, yeah, mentally, I think we would have shared some kind of show and tell stuff and all that. I have the pictures and books. So yeah.
Yep.
Work with it.
please tell me I'm sleeping.
Okay. Belto, you have.
But this is going to be the. Are we doing it overnight, sending the letter, or is it the next day?
It's still
or something?
evening. It's still definitely evening night at the moment.
It's still the
So
nighttime.
if you're sending it
Okay.
now, it's sending it at night.
I'm not writing it on the parchment. I'm writing it
On the scroll, yeah.
on
Okay.
some scrap paper right now, just
Ah,
so
you-
that I can
Okay.
get what we're going to send before
Yeah.
transcribing it onto
Yeah,
the
that's fair.
scroll
That's
to
fair.
send.
That's fair. That's fair. Then rather than like going like, no, not that bit, and just like, shit, it's already sent.
Alright, yeah. I will be without Nyx tonight, so I will. I guess I will be sleeping on the ground like a normal person today.
What? Do you need your familiar to sleep somewhere else?
Highly protected that way.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I kinda.
You still have your ring with you, right? Though, or did you?
I do, but I don't want to give them my ring because I could not be there the next day.
Fair enough.
Okay. Okay.
So normally what I do, and I'll be whispering to Ulrich on the side, it's like, so normally what I do is I'll poof into my ring, and then I will have Nyx grab my ring and fly somewhere safe, like in like an owl hole in the wall, like somewhere close by but not too far, you know. And in case when you guys get ambushed, I could come rescue you then afterwards, you know, because I'll be the only one not taking, like, you know, you guys. But it's only temporary. It's not full all night anyway. As well, it's half the night.
Smart.
Okay.
You should try it.
It looks at my ring. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Anyone else doing anything for the night?
I just want to sleep. Me exhausted still.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Nimfus takes first watch.
I'll take second.
So takes the second watch.
I can have a full rest and do the last watch, can't I?
Yes.
I'll do that.
York has last watch. Okay. Nimfus, please roll your perception check.
$16. Not bad.
Okay. Your night's uneventful. Xylith, please roll your perception check.
Please get over 13. Good.
Very good. Nothing goes on in your watch. Belto, Julian, you're now both fully rested.
Hey! Take long rest. Recover 1 level of exhaustion. Requires food and drink. What? No. No, it doesn't.
We had it from the campfire.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, well, let's give it that then.
Ulrich, please roll your perception.
Do I have long rest as well? Because I had a long rest before.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Okay. Awesome.
I have my spells back. Please get over 12.
Awesome. And what was it again? Sorry.
Perception.
Perception.
Over. Oh wow. Okay. Great night.
On your watch,
Whoa. Fuck you, Dust.
It's someone Dragon Ball Z.
On your watch, you die.
I'll take care.
You hear some rustling coming from the woods, from the direction of Elk's Point.
I still have my familiar with me, don't I?
You do, yes.
Yeah, I'll send it out in that direction.
Okay. You send it out. It comes back. Looks like there is a party of folks that are heading in your direction.
I instantly alarm everyone else. Quickly! There's someone here! It's a team!
Yeah, your familiar comes back going, SHIT! Okay, so yeah, Julian wakes up. Certainly.
Is it?
Okay, at this point, what time
It's like,
is
probably
it
like
in the morning?
4
or-
in the morning, I would have thought, at this point.
It's on the
surely.
last watch,
Let's
so
see.
like early morning.
It is. It's about 7:30 in the morning.
Oh wow, okay, so it's
the
light
sun-
now.
The sun's coming up.
Okay, cool.
Alright, just finish
Oh,
writing.
God.
Let me know when everybody's awake.
I am definitely awake.
Xylos, wake up!
They'll just say I finished the letter while people were taking their naps and I fell asleep during the first watch or
How
something.
many people was it? Sorry, 5 or?
A group.
It was a group.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said no, my bad.
No, it wasn't specified, it was just a group. But a group is usually 4 or 5.
Yeah.
If there's any more, then that's just being mean.
Okay.
There's a group.
Nimfus is
Yeah,
up and
point.
ready.
Yeah, but I think everyone's ready. Like, but do we? I mean, we don't group up. I think we just make sure everything's okay. Gerald's okay.
I got my cloak on. Put my cloak on. I'm ready to go. Ugh.
Just be.
Are we killing? I mean,
Well, we're not
killing anyone,
engaging.
right?
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, these guys might be us.
Yeah, we don't know what's going
Hi,
on.
how you doing? We're friendly.
Wakes up, ready to
Nice.
kill. Stab.
All right, so you see the rustling in the trees from the direction that that your familiar came from, and at first it looks like they're trying to be sneaky. They're about maybe 200 yards out at this point. They're getting closer. What are you guys doing at this point? You just being alert, or
How-
You don't recognize them.
How close to one another are we at the moment?
or did you all sleep? I guess I didn't ask that, but
I-
I know Julian slept in the cart.
It would have been in or around the cart.
What's like
Yeah, we do around
like
the
the
corner.
radius of that? Round about, would you say?
Meters, maybe? 20 feet, so 20 feet.
The cart's 20 feet long.
Yeah, so anyway, in and around the circle of 20 feet, I would have thought would have made sense.
Well, silent image wouldn't work. That's grand.
I would say the best way to say it is everyone is within one movement of the cart. Probably would be the best way to say it.
Are you all like looking out and being alert? Are you trying to hide, or what? What are you all trying to do in response to
So
someone coming?
They're trying to sneak.
Let's get out of here. If they're trying to sneak up on us, let's get out of here.
I mean, I think if we try and run, we're not going to get very far there because we've got Gerald. We'd have to go back to Gerald.
What? Is my mic mute? Everything's saying my.
No, we can hear you.
No, I hear it.
No, you're good.
We can hear you. You're fine. Yeah, you're
Hello?
fine.
Weird. Oh, good success.
You're fine.
Damn, I forgot what I was about to say. They tried to sneak. They
Oh,
tried to come
right,
at
okay,
us.
we
They
know.
s-
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay. Okay. We got you.
I'll look at Balta and I'm like, are we going to be having to fight again?
I think, to be honest, if we don't take them here, we'll just have to worry about them later down the road.
I question. You know, silent image. Can I say if how the cart's 20 feet long, but what is it like width-wise? Like around about?
We'll say 15 feet wide. And the cart, well, so the actual bed of the cart's 20. So if you add like the front where the seating peaks, it would be 25, and then like 15 feet to account for the wheels and whatnot.
Okay.
I think the best thing to do would be to show that we're ready for a fight and cool them out. I think let's cool them out. Let's say that.
And what if it's the guys? What if it's the guys from the guild?
But exactly. I mean, we've already curried favor with them, so they won't attack.
You have
one of them.
you have that
I don't
badge,
know that they're
right?
trying to attack us, though.
Well, yeah, but
They were just trying to sneak up on us, but we don't know.
but they don't know who we are. I mean, but we can make it clear that we know people inside. And say like we are part of them.
Don't you have the little logo for them?
Yeah, well, I know. I've got. Oh wait, I don't have a logo. I've got my thing has a royal crest on. It's nothing to do with the Mercantile Guild. You have the cat symbol
Emblem.
thingy. You've got the cat.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have
you
it.
have it.
You're the only one with the cat emblem. I had to give it back. I gave it back, my one. You have the cat emblem.
Okay, I will have it ready just in
Yeah,
case.
So we want to make sure
I think we're just alert, ready, and someone should basically shout out saying, "We know you're there. Reveal yourself, or we will engage," or something like that.
I'll send my familiar straight up in front of them to see if they'll attack it.
Okay.
To see if they're hostile, and then go shoot.
Do you send it in an aggressive manner, or do you just like send it flying in a direction almost like it's a natural creature, just kind of flying through it?
I'll fly it towards it, and then like a decent way in front of it, have it like hovering, like float it, trying to flap in that idle. Well, yeah, words.
I think I
Words
can
indeed.
understand. At that point, they stop sneaking, and they turn around.
Okay. Simple as that.
That's it.
Sorry.
I'll just tell them that they just turn around and we're spooked against Poe. Great job, Poe. High five. Poe comes flying back
flying
in
little
speed and gives
panda.
me a crisp.
Hand to hand.
So cute.
Okay.
Oh, so they were trying to get a surprise jump on us, and since they didn't have it,
They might be muggers,
So,
but
Nimfus and Xylith, you all are kind of 30 minutes out of sleep, so you all nap the rest of the morning, and you're fully rested.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
And
So we will figure out where our party decides to go. I guess. Well, no, it helps for me to know where you're going, so I can plan for the next
I
episode.
mean,
So where are you
I
guys
think
going?
the plan was to continue along the path towards Elfrost, but we're heading towards west of Elfrost. I think that's the idea.
So we're gonna follow
Yeah,
up on
to
the
that
Eileen.
mountain area.
Okay.
well, through Sleepy.
Well, we're
So-
heading through here along the path towards
It's-
Elfrost,
Is
but
it that
before
or
we
we
get
go
there...
return the cart in Gerald that you guys...
No, we're keeping
Alright.
the car.
No, he's ours now.
I
No.
mean, I only paid 10 gold. I mean, at the end of the day, what's 10 gold, right, Belto?
Well, it was 30 gold with the 10 on the return once you return the cart.
Oh, what? So exactly, it's only 10 gold. I mean, like I said, what the fuck? I mean, whatever.
All right. So the plan is to follow up on the Eilenia lead.
Yes,
Next.
and go towards Sleepy Cove, but I mean, what around that area?
It's around
wherever
that
the
area.
orcs are. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's enough for today's session, and with the RP, you guys level up.
Hey! Level up.
Thank you!
Belto, I need your help with my character now. I'm
Level up 5. Oh,
Same.
I am
And-
putting that. Right, let's go.
Are you still alive? Because I think
wait.
I have the final copy of the letter.
Okay,
But I
yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
make sure before
if-
we confirm.
Sure.
yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna paste it in this type chat, but I'll read it aloud for the viewers. Nazare, we made contact with Charis in Elt's Point after enduring an ambush by some local seemingly bandits. Charis relayed to us after managing to meet him in some remote privacy that there are more ears being perched nowadays compared to previous years. I should say regarding the Rad Shard. So I'm gonna update that. regarding the Rad Shard. This is why I do multiple drafts. There are still more orcish incursions occurring within the elven lands that seem to be growing in tandems with the rumors.
How do you spell
We
Elven?
will endeavor to travel around and investigate any mentionings of other incursions we come across to provide you and the council with more information if we can discover any deeper reason behind their occurrences. Any objections?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm just gonna level myself up because hey.
Very good.
All
Actually,
right.
it's how-
I
How
just finished
do I
the edit.
level
I'll send you the final version.
Thank you. You can send it in Discord, please.
level.
All right. Well, welcome
I-
back.
Oh my god, I get an extra attack.
No,
Oh,
Need to get a level up.
I get an extra attack at the 5th level.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I can attack twice now.
So we'll be putting the poll out to see what everyone's availability is. We'll see if we're back next week for more D&D and throughout the rest of the month of August. But it's good to be back. It's good to finally have this discussion. I think this was a very interesting session. A lot for me to pour over and take notes on. We might have to call an audible and just skip next week just so I can get all the notes down. But we'll see what's going on. But thank you all for tuning in. For those that are on Twitch, for those watching the YouTube videos, sorry the last few videos have been a little quirky with the audio and whatnot. Should be better going forward as reworking the stream setup and whatnot. Still a couple quirks, but everything seems to be working out. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.